Hi everybody, Tim here from TNT in what's been a very, very big day in Thai politics. Indeed, a landmark day for the Shinawatra dynasty in Thailand that's really overshadowed all politics in Thailand for the past 2.5 decades. Now, it hasn't all gone in the direction of Thaksin Shinawatra. I think a lot of people have been surprised by the decision. Let's go to some reaction firstly from some of Thai's leading politicians. And reported on Khawsot English on their Facebook page, the PM Anatun Chavitakun commented on the Supreme Court's order to enforce a 1-year prison sentence for the former PM Thaksin Shinawatra. He said, "I feel sorry for him. I sympathise with someone of his status, someone at this level who's run the country. I wouldn't want him to encounter a situation like this." Then the former Deputy Prime Minister and Acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai stated that the former PM Thaksin Shinawatra's decision to enter the justice system was dignified and affirmed that the Thai party is in good spirits. He added that Thaksin has entrusted the party to everyone. In just a moment we'll get into some articles which try and analyse what's been going on today. I suppose all of us would be asking the question, since he did leave the country last week. He visited Singapore and Dubai. Surely he could have stayed in Dubai if he had any inkling that this decision was going to happen. Or maybe he just wanted to settle the peace. It's probably fair to say that if Thaksin decided to stay in Dubai, if he decided not to face the court today, that it wouldn't have looked good for Thaksin Shinawatra, it wouldn't have looked good for his family, it wouldn't have looked good for the Thai party. And at the end of the day, they're going to be facing the election after the next 4 months, and they want to perform well. And this would be hanging over as a dark shadow on the future of any prospect of the Thai party returning to power. Okay, to the analysis, and we start with the Bangkok Post. Why Thaksin decided to face the music. And a lot of this is quoting Thaksin directly. It was posted by his family, but the words are from Thaksin Shinawatra on an X post. He said he wanted to put an end to all the problems and conflicts besetting him and start looking forward to the future. And he said all cases against me emerged after the coup toppled my government in 2006. Starting today, I'm looking forward and want to put an end to everything in the past, both legal cases and any conflict started by me or related to me. And the article notes that he's the spiritual leader of the Thai party, and he expressed his high regard for and gratitude to His Majesty the King for reducing his prison term from 8 years to 1 year. He also thanked all Thai members, politicians and others who supported him throughout good times and difficult times. He said, "I've decided to take this route to encourage everyone to go forward. Although I will no longer have freedom, I still have the freedom to think for the benefit of the country and the people." And Thaksin said that before leaving for Dubai, this would have been last Thursday, and then returning to face the court, that he would do everything he could to help Thai candidates in every constituency when the next general election is held. And to the precise ruling from the Constitutional Court, we go to this article from Thai PBS World. Headline inside the ruling, why Thaksin must return to prison. And the Supreme Court's Criminal Division for holders of political positions ruled today that the former Prime Minister Thaksin's 6-month stay in the Police General Hospital on the basis of claimed life-threatening illnesses was unlawful and unjustified. And said there were 3 main issues. The first issue was whether the transfer of Thaksin to the 14th floor of the Police General Hospital was justified and lawful. And the Corrections Department had claimed that Thaksin suffered from chest pain, fatigue and high blood pressure to justify his transfer, but this was dismissed by the court as unjustified. And they noted that the Corrections Department hospital is equipped with an electrocardiogram machine to check heartbeat, etc. The hospital is also located only about 200 metres from the prison. The second issue was whether Thaksin was ill to the extent that his condition required a prolonged stay at the Police General Hospital. The court said that Thaksin's claim of suffering chest pain was just an excuse for him to be treated outside the prison, and that the Corrections Department's hospital was fully equipped to treat his ailments. And the court also pointed out that the doctors at the hospital had issued letters of recommendation to the warden of the Bangkok remand prison and doctors at the Corrections Department Hospital to use doctors' certificates to seek the approval of the Corrections Department chief to allow Thaksin to remain at the hospital for a total of 180 days. And summing up, the court ruled that Thaksin was not ill to an extent which required him to remain at the Police General Hospital for 6 months, and that his transfer was unjustified and not in accordance with the Corrections Act and related regulations. And then the third issue was whether the court's prison sentence had been enforced, and the court ruled that Thaksin was fully aware that he wasn't seriously ill, as he had claimed, but had some chronic ailments which could readily be treated as an outpatient. And it pointed out that Thaksin was also involved in the decision-making processes of doctors by refusing surgery to treat his heart disease and herniated disc, only agreeing to take medicine. And then in the third paragraph there, he could not claim that he was unaware of the scheming which helped him to remain in the hospital for 6 months. So there you are, a bit of analysis from Thai PBS World there, the inside workings of that decision made by the Supreme Court today, Thaksin taken from the court directly to the Bangkok remand prison. Now, there's plenty of suspicion around in social media commentary, people saying, oh, he's not going to go to prison for a year. He's going to be languishing at home, or he's going to have a special suite with a swimming pool. Well, I suppose all that may or may not be true. At the end of the day, he's a 76-year-old and he's facing a year without freedom. And you can be pretty sure that the media is going to have their cameras pointed at those gates at the remand prison, and also they'll be situated at his home just waiting to see if there's any movement. It's going to be pretty hard to fake his stay over the next year. So that's what's been happening today. Quite a landmark day in Thai politics. And as I suggested over the past 2 weeks, both the former Prime Minister Paetongtarn has been thrown out of her position as the Thai Prime Minister, and now Thaksin, the former Prime Minister, thrown in jail for the next year. Pretty much, you would think, the end of the Shinawatra dynasty. Interested to hear what you have to say in the comments section. Please like the story, subscribe to the channel, buy me a coffee if you feel so inclined. Links in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.